Guys, good morning once again. I got another video for you right now. One of World War II's greatest military leaders, General George S. Patton. Patton was one of the U.S. Army's greatest generals in the 20th century. There's no argument over that between Douglas MacArthur and Omar Bradley. But Patton was the stuff that legends were made out of. Patton was born in California, and he was born in the 1800s. He would grow up and go to a military school, and later he was appointed to West Point. And he graduated in 1913, and he got his first assignment, and that was during the raids into Mexico to capture Pancho Villa, the known Mexican outlaw, when General John J. Pershing and forces of the U.S. Army was to hunt down Pancho Villa. But only that campaign had lasted for just 2 years before Patton and John J. Pershing was to be deployed to Europe. World War I in 1917. Patton was in charge of a tank division using French-built Renault FT-17s. And soon after World War I, Patton came back to the States. He was to be stationed a number of times abroad, and then by World War II, he was made commander of the U.S. 2nd Armored Division with M3 lead tanks, Grant tanks, and later the M4 Sherman. The 2nd Armored Division, along with the 3rd U.S. Armored Division, was to see action during the campaigns in North Africa in November of 1942, and was during the Kasserine Pass. The U.S. took one of the worst blows in the annals of military history. German panzers and 88mm anti-tank guns were awaiting for the sign of those tanks that were approaching, and they opened fire, and it was a total disaster. And Patton had said about Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, "Rommel, you son of a bitch." That's what George Patton said in his autobiography. And later in the 1975 movie, Patton, starring George C. Scott as General George S. Patton. And he was known to his men as Old Blood and Guts, because he was one tough commander. He was tough as nails, let me tell you. And World War II was to see one of its greatest commanders in the 20th century. And later, the U.S. 2nd Armored Division was to participate in the Allied landings at Anzio well, actually at Sicily and later Anzio. And the Anzio beachhead became nothing but a disaster, as American, British, Canadian, and Polish forces were to push their way into Italy to get up towards Rome, to liberate Rome and the rest of Italy. Patton was later once again D-Day, June 6, 1944, the longest day, as the U.S. 2nd Armored Division and the U.S. 3rd. Alright guys, this video is going to be ending shortly. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching this video, and please, like always, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, see you around.